I don't really call it a justice system, I call it a justice industry.
Since the inception of the Colorado Department of Corrections, I was the 150,259th person to be sentenced.
Crystal Voss, 125025. But if you ask the CDOC, that record does not exist.
Oh, Brian O'Connell, 130738.
It's a prison facility that is maintained by a private corporation.
My cell was it was the hotel for a little while. There was somebody for one day, somebody for 1 week. I had been in that same room for 7 years.
I tried to avoid medical services as much as possible.
I believe, the lack of proper nutrition is a way to punish breakdown. I mean, you're cutting corners in costs.
It got to the point where I got off of the medical diet and just fended for myself on what little bits you could get on the canteen. Most of the canteen was junk food, a lot of sugar, candy, cakes and things like that. Very little real food.
I did have to make it because one of my jobs was I was a cook at Walsenburg, and I actually tried the stuff, and I wouldn't feed that to a dog. So a lot of soybean oil, a lot of hydrogenated oils. When I was released from prison, I lost 6 inches off of my waist and about 35 pounds within 60 days of release because I didn't eat that garbage.
By the time I left, they were already in the 160s, so they're cranking them out. We were too big a gathering without appropriate prison oversight or volunteer oversight, so we could no longer pray together as a group.
They convicted me of unauthorized possession and theft of 4 scapulars and 4 rosaries. So
I'd never seen so much pushback on something so beneficial as prayer.
typing monthly newsletters and sending them out to the Abbey, and they would publish them. And back when we started in 2010, I think there were maybe 65 oblates, and now there's over 700. So that was a great way of exercising the faith. I really believe that prison made my Catholic faith much stronger. I was part of a catechetical team that converted 50 guys to the church. I have 5 godsons as a result of it. We were running scapulars and rosaries, much like Hogan's Heroes had a network of tunnels underneath, Stalag 13.
That these personnel were vehemently against being Catholic, which in my mind's eye made me feel I had most definitely found a source of truth. And it was my first ever Catholic Mass that I can recall. And I remember during the consecration of the Eucharist, this is right. This is what you've been looking for. And so I began to ask questions and study. I got a copy of the Catechism of the Catholic Church. Met a wonderful man who had done much catechesis, and so he helped train me and a few others that were interested in the church. So we went through the Catechism cover to cover.
I was threatened by many of the inmates in the county jail, and I was kept in solitary confinement in the booking area for my safety for about a month. I experienced a nurse refusing to see me because they believed they believed that the jury had made the correct decision and that they had all of the information, which is, we proved later, was not correct. It took a couple of years, and our Blessed Mother spoke to me and she said, "Stop running. My son died too. I can help you." And so I started to pray again. And I discovered that I'm stronger with my faith than without it. I am able to weather any storm with it. I can receive any answers that I need through prayer. And I can find peace that passes understanding through prayer and through obedience. Every day I'm asking, what am I supposed to do? Because in the past, my way was not the way. And I learned that. So now it's God's way. And, or no way. I can honestly say that I do need a community, a Christian community. I do need to be accountable. I do need to go to confession. I do need to keep myself on a good path. Because without my faith, I am in ruins.
Alleluia, 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 Alleluia. Discipuli sa